The human body is full of mysteries, but some people are born with features so unique they leave the whole world in awe. From record-breaking sizes to conditions rarely seen before, these individuals prove just how incredible and surprising our bodies can be. Get ready because today we're counting down 10 unique people with the largest body parts in the world. Are you new in this video? Click subscribe and hit notification bell, so let's get started. With a heart as determined as her dreams are enormous, Bobbi Jo Wesley is on a one-woman mission. She's chasing the title of world's biggest hips. At around 5 and 2 inches tall, she has already achieved measurements of approximately 95 inches, placing her dangerously close to the current world record of 99 inches, held by Michael Ruffinelli. Hailing from York, Pennsylvania, Bobbi Jo openly embraces her unique body, calling her hips, "What makes me me." But her pursuit comes with serious costs. She's been warned repeatedly by medical professionals that her quest could be a ticking time bomb. Tasks as basic as walking or climbing stairs can leave her breathless, and movement through doorways requires care. At one point, her weight reached 542 pounds, and she attributed some of her size to thyroid issues, though nutritionists urged that lifestyle choices were the real driving factor. Still, Bobbi Jo remains resolute in her goal, stating that she is fully aware of the risks, even if it may ultimately be life-threatening. This extraordinary personal saga, that mix of self-expression, defiance, and physical danger, has drawn global attention. Whether seen as an empowering assertion of identity or a perilous pursuit, Bobbi Jo Wesley's story is as compelling as it is controversial, a vivid reminder of the extremes to which the human body and spirit can go. Wesley Warren Jr., born in 1963 and residing in Las Vegas, became internationally known for living with scrotal elephantiasis, a severe form of scrotal lymphedema, that caused his scrotum to weigh an astonishing 132 pounds, about 60 kilograms, and hang just below his knees. His condition began abruptly in 2008, following what he described as an accidental injury in his sleep that led to rapid swelling overnight. Despite medical efforts, including prolonged antibiotics and visits to specialists, the condition worsened, incapacitating him. Simple acts like walking required resting the load on a milk crate, and he often wore an upside-down hoodie as makeshift pants to handle daily life. Unable to afford treatment, Wesley turned to media outreach, hopeful that public attention would bring help. He appeared on The Howard Stern Show, set up fundraising efforts, and eventually caught the eye of Dr. Joel Gelman from UC Irvine's Center for Reconstructive Urology, who agreed to perform corrective surgery free of charge. In April 2013, Wesley underwent a 13-hour operation that removed the massive growth and transformed his life. He emerged around 200 pounds lighter, regaining mobility and relief from years of physical and emotional suffering. Dr. Gelman called it a real makeover, a rare and deeply human success story. Following the surgery, Wesley's life tragically ended on March 14, 2014, when he passed away at age 50 in a Las Vegas hospital. He had endured multiple heart attacks and serious infections, exacerbated by complications from diabetes during a prolonged hospitalization. Wesley's story was chronicled in the documentary The Man with the 10-Stone Testicles, which aired on Channel 4 in the UK and later on TLC in the US, drawing widespread attention both for its stark humanity and its commentary on healthcare access. Imagine a belly so large it measures 8 feet, 96 inches, in circumference. And then imagine someone embracing it fully, transforming it from a personal challenge into a bold statement of identity and empowerment. That's exactly what Gayla Neufeld, a plus-size model from Texas, has done, and her journey has captivated audiences around the globe. Weighing around 190 kilograms, approximately 420 pounds, at age 52, Gayla decided to proudly showcase her massive belly, rather than hide it from the world. What earned her attention wasn't just her size, it was the confidence with which she flaunted it. She began modeling online in a burlesque-like style, attracting admirers from many countries through a webcam platform and a specialized website. Her platform not only became a source of income, but also a path to love. Gayla met her second husband, Lance, online. After starting their relationship virtually, they married and moved to Manitoba, Canada, proving that genuine connection can thrive even under the most unique circumstances. Despite serious health considerations, she faced challenges finding clothes that fit, entering cars or buildings comfortably, and even dealt with arthritis and thyroid issues. Gayla remained unapologetically herself. She embraced her body, stating that it brought her confidence and joy, and insisted that she was beautiful and desirable just as she was. Meet Tanya Herbert, a Houston native who claimed the title of Guinness World Records holder for the largest feet on a living female. Her right foot measures a remarkable 13.03 inches, 33.1 centimeters, and her left foot 12.79 inches, 32.5 cm, measurements officially acknowledged by GWR in late 2022. Standing at 6 feet 9 inches tall, Tanya grew up towering over classmates. But thanks to a loving environment, her mother is 6'5" and her father 6'4", she developed a healthy self-esteem and remained confident through her youth. Life with such unique feet isn't always simple. Shopping for shoes? Nearly impossible. For years, Tanya had no choice but to wear men's shoes, size 16 to 17, or custom-modified pairs she found online, which she'd stretch and widen herself to fit. Social media brought mixed experiences. On one hand, it connected her with a supportive community of women facing similar challenges. On the other, it opened her up to unwanted attention. Tanya received frequent fetish-related messages, some asking to purchase pictures of her feet, a reality she publicly confronted and distanced herself from. Despite the challenges, Tanya remains resilient and purposeful. She hopes her record will inspire the shoe industry to broaden its offering, making customizable, affordable footwear accessible to women who've always been overlooked. Laxmi was born with an unusual congenital facial deformity, an extra piece of flesh resembling a trunk on her nose. This rare condition initially gave her a distinct appearance, leading to fear among some members of her community. At just 8 months old, she underwent surgical intervention to remove the excess tissue. The procedure was transformative, but it also left Laxmi with the appearance of 2 noses, a result of how the corrective surgery was performed. Over time, Laxmi's unique appearance turned into a symbol of hope and reverence in her community. Locals began viewing her as an incarnation of the Hindu deity Ganesha, who is traditionally depicted with an elephant's head and trunk, leading to offerings at festivals and a protective, celebratory embrace of her identity. She even came to be known affectionately as Lakshmi, meaning goddess of wealth and prosperity. Though Laxmi faced social and financial hurdles, including limited access to follow-up cosmetic surgery, her story is ultimately one of resilience, cultural adaptation, and community acceptance. Dan Moorer, a resident of Battle Creek, Michigan, spent 7 agonizing years battling a debilitating condition, scrotal lymphedema. His scrotum grew uncontrollably, bordering on 75 to 100 pounds, or roughly the weight of 5 bowling balls, making walking, showering, and even using the toilet nearly impossible. Doctors initially misdiagnosed him, often telling him to lose weight. Even though he diligently slimmed down, the swelling kept intensifying. His breakthrough came after watching a TLC documentary about Wesley Warren Jr., who had a similar condition. Inspired, Dan sought out Warren's surgeon, Dr. Joel Gelman at UC Irvine, to finally get proper care. In 2014, Dan underwent a grueling 14-hour surgery performed by a multidisciplinary medical team in California. The procedure removed approximately 80 pounds, 36 kilograms of tissue from his scrotum, and another 70 pounds of fat from his abdomen, a life-altering transformation. Post-surgery, Dan dropped about 150 pounds, regained mobility, and even reunited intimately with his wife Mindy, whom he hadn't been able to be intimate with for 7 years. Despite being physically stronger after the procedure, he embarked on a demanding rehab journey to relearn walking, shed more weight, and rebuild his life. Dan later reflected on his recovery with newfound hope and optimism, saying, "He's been in a cage for 7 years and now he's got new hope." His story also raised awareness about a condition he believed to be more common than people realize, urging that we need to talk about it. I just want to help educate people. Lu Hao, a young boy from China, gained international attention in the early 2010s due to his extraordinary weight at a very young age. By the age of 3, Lu Hao weighed approximately 60 kilograms, 132 pounds, making him 5 times heavier than the average child his age. His rapid weight gain began a few months after birth, despite a normal birth weight of 2.6 kilograms, 5.7 pounds. His parents, Lu Yuncheng and Chen Huan, observed that their son had an insatiable appetite, often consuming 3 large bowls of rice in a single meal, surpassing the portions of his parents. The family's attempts to manage his diet were met with challenges, as Lu Hao would become distressed when denied food. His excessive weight led to physical difficulties, including trouble climbing stairs and requiring assistance to board a bus. Medical evaluations did not reveal any hormonal imbalances, leading experts to consider lifestyle factors and parenting styles as contributing elements. Lu Hao's case sparked discussions about childhood obesity in China, highlighting the impact of rapid economic growth, changing dietary habits, and the Little Emperor syndrome, a phenomenon where single children receive excessive attention and indulgence. His story served as a poignant example of the broader public health challenges facing modern China. Next up, we have Yao Difan, a woman who stood head and shoulders above the rest, literally. Born in a small village in China, Yao's extraordinary height made her a local legend and eventually a global phenomenon. Yao Difan was officially recognized as the tallest living woman in the world, reaching an astounding height of 7 feet 8 inches. Her towering presence was not just a physical attribute, but a symbol of her unique journey and the challenges she faced. Can you imagine being in a room with her? I mean, I'm 6'1", and I'd be looking up to her like she was a skyscraper. Her height was so remarkable that it often left people in awe, and she became a subject of fascination wherever she went. Now, Yao's height wasn't due to some genetic quirk. It was actually the result of a tumor that affected her pituitary gland. This condition, known as gigantism, caused her body to grow uncontrollably. This tumor caused her body to produce excessive amounts of growth hormone, leading to her incredible stature. The pituitary gland, often referred to as the master gland, plays a crucial role in regulating growth and development. In Yao's case, the tumor disrupted this balance, resulting in her extraordinary height. Sadly, Yao's height came with its share of health problems. She faced numerous medical challenges, including heart issues, joint pain, and mobility difficulties. Her condition required constant medical attention and care. She suffered from numerous ailments throughout her life. But despite these challenges, she always maintained a positive outlook. Yao's resilience and strength were truly inspiring. She never let her condition define her spirit or her ability to find joy in life. Yao's story is a reminder that life is full of surprises, and that even in the face of adversity, it's important to find joy and embrace our differences. Her life teaches us that our physical attributes do not determine our worth or our ability to impact the world positively. Vivian Wheeler is a woman whose story is as emotional as it is extraordinary. Born in the United States, Vivian holds the Guinness World Record for the longest beard on a female, with facial hair measuring over 25 centimeters or 10 inches long. But her beard isn't just a record-breaking feature. It's a symbol of a lifetime spent learning to embrace her true self. Vivian was born with a rare condition called hypertrichosis, which causes excessive hair growth on parts of the body. From an early age, she faced bullying, pressure, and even rejection, including from her own family. As a child, her mother often made her shave, trying to hide the condition out of shame. It wasn't until later in life that Vivian found the courage to grow her beard out and accept her appearance. At one point, Vivian worked in circus sideshows, where she was known as the bearded lady. Though the job came with its own challenges, it also gave her a sense of belonging, a place where being different wasn't just accepted, but celebrated. But her journey didn't stop there. Vivian's life has been filled with heartbreak, including the tragic loss of her son. But through everything, she found strength in her identity and used her platform to inspire others to embrace their uniqueness. When she was officially recognized by Guinness World Records, it wasn't just a personal victory. It was a powerful message to the world about self-acceptance. Vivian Wheeler's story is more than just about having the longest female beard. It's about resilience, self-love, and finding beauty in what sets us apart. She reminds us all that being different can be your greatest strength. Sain Mumtaz is a 22-year-old man from Pakistan who has been battling Proteus syndrome, a rare genetic disorder that causes abnormal growth of tissues in various parts of the body. This condition has led to serious physical disfigurements, causing his head, hands, and feet to grow uncontrollably. While most people's body parts stop growing after reaching adulthood, Sain's body parts, particularly in the affected areas, continue to enlarge. Proteus syndrome is incredibly rare, with only a few cases documented worldwide. For Sain, this condition has not only caused significant physical challenges, but also emotional and social struggles. The abnormal growth has made it difficult for him to lead a normal life. He's faced severe isolation and discrimination, and the disfigurements have prevented him from forming relationships or finding love, something he desperately desires. Despite enduring these difficulties, Sain is hopeful. He's actively seeking treatment and medical solutions to address the symptoms of his condition. However, Proteus syndrome is notoriously difficult to treat due to its unpredictable nature. There is currently no definitive cure, and most treatments focus on managing symptoms, like surgeries to remove excess tissue and alleviate pain. Sain's story highlights the resilience of individuals living with rare and challenging conditions, as well as the need for greater awareness and support for those affected. His courage in facing both the physical and emotional challenges of Proteus syndrome has inspired many, and he continues to search for hope in the form of medical advancements that could offer a better future. Hold on to your hats, folks, because we're about to meet the tallest living woman since 2021, Rümeysa Gelgi. This incredible woman from Turkey stands at an astounding 7 feet and 0.7 inches tall. Now, Rümeysa's height is due to a rare genetic condition called Weaver syndrome. It's a mouthful, I know, but what's important is that Rümeysa embraces her uniqueness. She's an advocate for people with visible differences, and she uses her platform to spread awareness and promote acceptance. Talk about a role model. Rümeysa's story is so important because it reminds us that everyone is different in their own way, and that's what makes life so interesting. Imagine being able to see over the heads of everyone in a crowded room. You'd never lose your friends at a concert, but seriously, Rümeysa's message of self-love and acceptance is something we can all learn from. She's proof that you can achieve anything you set your mind to, no matter how tall you are or aren't. Meet Pauline Potter, once known as the heaviest living woman in the world, officially recognized by Guinness World Records. At her heaviest, Pauline weighed nearly 700 pounds, a life-threatening weight that limited her mobility, independence, and put her life at constant risk. In 2015, she appeared on TLC's My 600lb Life, where her battle with food addiction, emotional trauma, and physical pain was laid bare. Viewers watched as Pauline, who struggled even to stand or walk, made the bold decision to fight for her life. Her journey wasn't easy, marked by frustration, setbacks, and moments of hopelessness. But with the help of bariatric surgery, strict medical supervision, and a complete overhaul of her lifestyle, Pauline lost over 500 pounds. Yes, you heard that right, more than 500 pounds. Her transformation is not just physical, but deeply emotional. She confronted the issues that led her to food addiction, including years of low self-worth and family trauma. Though her behavior on the show drew criticism at times, some calling her uncooperative or demanding, Pauline ultimately showed incredible strength. Against the odds, she kept going. Today, Pauline Potter is almost unrecognizable compared to her former self. While she now lives a more private life, her story remains one of the most dramatic and inspirational transformations ever seen on television. She is living proof that no matter how far gone things may seem, change is possible with courage, commitment, and the will to live. Meet Sidney de Carvalho Mesquita, also known as Tio Chico, a Brazilian man who literally pops out in the world of records because he held the Guinness World Record for the farthest eyeball pop by a male. Sidney can push his eyeballs 18.2 millimeters, or about 0.71 inches, out of their sockets. That's farther than most people can even imagine. It's both fascinating and a little freaky. His unique talent shocked the world when he was officially recognized in 2022. He first discovered his rare ability at the age of 9 while making funny faces in the mirror. As he grew older, he realized this wasn't just a party trick, it was a record-breaking skill. Sidney can hold his eyeballs out for about 20 to 30 seconds at a time. During this, he temporarily loses vision and feels a dry, burning sensation, but there's no pain, just a need for some eye drops afterward. According to Sydney, this gift runs in the family, and he credits both genetics and divine blessing for his eye-popping ability. Known by fans as Tio Chico, a nickname inspired by the Addams family's Uncle Fester, he's turned his eye-popping stare into an online persona. Though someone else has since broken his record, Williams Martin Sanchez Lopez pushed the mark to 19 mm in 2024, Sydney remains a true legend in the world of extraordinary human feats. Mohammed and Huda Shahada are Egyptian siblings who have gained worldwide fame for their extraordinary physical attributes, holding a total of 5 Guinness World Records between them. Both siblings have a rare condition caused by a benign tumor in their pituitary glands, which leads to excessive production of growth hormones, a condition known as gigantism. This results in their unusually large size and remarkable measurements. Mohammed Shahada holds the records for the widest arm span of any living male, measuring an incredible 250.3 centimeters, over 8 feet, as well as the widest hand span for a living male, which is 31.3 centimeters. His sister, Huda Shahada, holds records for the widest arm span among living females at 236.3 centimeters, the largest feet for a living female at 33.1 centimeters, and the largest hands for a living female at 24.3 centimeters. Together, their combined height is an astonishing 414.4 centimeters, or nearly 13 feet 7 inches, almost as tall as a London double-decker bus. Despite facing unique challenges due to their size, both Mohammed and Huda have embraced their condition with positivity and resilience. Their inspiring story showcases the beauty of diversity and encourages acceptance, proving that challenges can be transformed into something extraordinary. They have become symbols of strength and perseverance, inspiring many around the world by sharing their journey and breaking records that highlight the amazing capabilities of the human body. Didier Montalvo was a young boy from rural Colombia who gained international attention due to a remarkable skin condition known as congenital melanocytic nevus. At around 6 years old, Didier had a massive shell-like growth that covered much of his back and sides, so prominent that locals nicknamed him Turtle Boy. The growth, which in some areas encompassed nearly 3/4 of his torso's circumference, resembled a turtle shell and often led to social isolation and stigmatization. Born into a poor and superstitious community, Didier's unusual appearance was misunderstood. Some believed he was cursed, especially since he was conceived during a solar eclipse, causing neighbors to shun him and his family. He was even barred from school and community rituals like baptism. The serious health risk was not just social. Medical experts worried the large nevus had a chance of turning cancerous. Without local access to treatment, Didier's mother, Luz, couldn't afford the complex surgeries he needed. The turning point came when British plastic surgeon Dr. Neil Bulstrode from Great Ormond Street Hospital in London heard about Didier's plight. He flew to Bogotá to begin a multi-stage surgical plan aimed at removing the growth and replacing it with healthy skin grafts. According to Medindia, it was one of the most severe cases the surgeon had ever seen. Despite the extensive procedures and recovery time, the results were life-changing. Films and documentaries, most notably the Channel 4 Body Shock series, covered his journey, showing Didier before and after surgery. Post-operation, he was finally able to attend school, participate in normal childhood activities, and integrate into his community without fear or shame. Meet Rudy Santos, a man from the Philippines who lived one of the most extraordinary lives ever recorded. Born in 1953 in Zamboanga City, Rudy had a rare condition called parasitic twinning, a form of conjoined twinning where parts of an undeveloped twin remained attached to his body. In Rudy's case, this included 2 extra arms, an undeveloped leg, a shoulder blade, and even parts of a head with hair and an ear attached to his torso. As a child, Rudy faced rejection, poverty, and fear from people who didn't understand his condition. But instead of hiding, he eventually embraced the spotlight and toured the country during the 1970s and 80s as a sideshow performer known as Octoman. Crowds were both shocked and amazed. At the height of his fame, he reportedly earned up to P20,000 a night, a huge sum at the time. But life wasn't easy. Rudy lived in poverty during his later years. In 2008, Filipino doctors offered to surgically remove his parasitic twin, believing it was safe to do so, but Rudy refused. He had lived with the extra limbs all his life and felt they were a part of who he was, not something to cut away. Despite his unusual body, Rudy's story is one of acceptance, survival, and the power of human dignity. He passed away in 2022, but his legacy remains. Rudy Santos didn't just live with a rare condition. He faced the world on his own terms and reminded us that everyone deserves respect, no matter how different they may seem. And there you have it. 10 of the most unique people whose incredible body parts set them apart from the rest of the world. These stories remind us that the human body is full of surprises, and every difference tells a powerful story of resilience and identity. Which one amazed you the most? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more unbelievable stories from around the world.